Welcome to day 4 of Ghost Your Clutter. So, if you don't know yet, or maybe you just found this video, this is actually a 5, 10, 15 method of decluttering. 5 days in a row, 10 minutes of decluttering a day minimum, 15 items decluttered per day minimum. If you're not getting the full challenge or you haven't signed up for yet, go to the description here. You'll find a link to sign up and get this free challenge. I will send you great emails with funny puns all about how to declutter your house and get it ready for the holidays. If you're watching outside of fall, this all still applies. Okay. It just has a Halloween fall theme to it. So look past that and enjoy this free challenge. In the description, you will also find the decluttering tracker so that you can keep track of how many items you're decluttering and making sure that you're at least hitting the minimum of 15 items per day. So that's the 5, 10, 15. Check the description. You can also find decluttering bundles, decluttering courses, other decluttering playlists, decluttering podcasts, blog posts from me that I think you will find enjoyable in the description. So like, subscribe, join, comment below. Let me know how it's going for you. I would love to hear. So today we are decluttering bags. Okay, bags. What do I mean by bags? I'm going to tell you guys a terrible story at the end of this about plastic bags that I had in my house filled with all kinds of crazy things and where I kept them. But plastic bags, grocery store bags, backpacks, purses, Easter bags, those like tote bags, even ironically, it is a little bit ironic when we think of like reusable shopping bags and we have 50 of them when we really only need like 6 or 7. But bags, all things bags, because if you are like me or like my kids, you're going to see those bags as an opportunity to shove stuff inside of it and avoid it forever. Okay. So go through your house. If you want to get rid of some plastic bags, each bag counts as an item. So go ahead and check those all off. Okay. If you got 15 plastic bags, that counts as your 15 items. If you have plastic bags, that we use for like, we get from the grocery store, we use them for like our cat box, maybe like small trash cans, whatever, we use them. We want to have some of them. Choose where you're going to keep them and only keep them in that one space. And if that space is full of bags, do not keep shoving them in there. Okay. I talked about my sock bucket as a child on the last video for day 3. I also had just plastic bags shoved under every sink in amounts that we would never have actually possibly used. So if at all possible, use reusable shopping bags. I know that's becoming more of a thing for people, but for some people, it's just not doable. So don't feel bad if it's not doable for you. But also, if I have bags in my house, like tote bags and stuff like that, I will fill it up. I'll fill it up with stuff and be like, this is organized, shove it in a corner. We're good to go. Right. So go through your bags, backpacks, purses, tote bags, reusable shopping bags, and get rid of some. And one thing that I used to like to do that I don't do anymore, but a lot of people recommend it if you do have a need for multiple bags, is to store those bags inside of bags. Now you can also get rid of gift bags. I know that's a very risky thing for me to say to some moms because we love to collect wrapping paper and gift bags, but I don't do that anymore. I used to do that. It was impossible for me to find a place to store it adequately. It was just frustrating and annoying, and the bags would get ruined, and then I would have to go get a new bag anyway. So when it comes to birthdays and holidays and stuff like that, I only buy wrapping paper or gift bags as needed, and it's never been a problem. It's always been very easy for me to get and acquire if needed. And my daughter's birthday is tomorrow. So for example, I went and bought 2 rolls of wrapping paper, 2 small rolls of wrapping paper. I'm going to use that up, and I'm not going to save any for the next birthday. I'm going to get wrapping paper when I need it for the next birthday. And if there is any extra, guess what? They get to use it as coloring paper. So gift bags are just one of those things that can get really overwhelming and we feel obligated to keep them, but you don't have to. You do not have to keep the gift bags. Okay. So go through and declutter your bags. I know that this is a difficult thing for some moms to do because bags are so practical, right? Diaper bags, different bags for different purposes. But if you can simplify this, you're going to clear up a lot of storage space in your house. You're going to free up a lot of those embarrassing things that you do, like storing stuff inside of bags that need to actually be decluttered, right? The doom boxes, right? The doom boxes are bags, which stands for didn't organize, only moved. I didn't come up with that term. And I don't actually even agree with it, but I know that a lot of people recognize it because you shouldn't be organizing those bags anyway. You should be decluttering what's in them, which is the story I'm going to tell you now. So if you listened to day one and the rest of this challenge, you might know that in 2013, my husband and I decluttered our home, moved from Alaska to Florida, and only brought our suitcases. And because we were living a pretty standard life for the United States, Canada, all these, modernish countries, I had a lot of bags full of receipts, papers, trash, who knows what, condiments, napkins, plastic forks, I don't know. But on the tops of our cabinets, because in our kitchen, we had cabinets that had space between the cabinet and the ceiling, I could put bags of random stuff up there and nobody would see. And so and I didn't have to see it. I didn't want to see it because looking at those bags overwhelms me, which is why I put them up there. I was like, I don't know what this stuff is. I don't have time to deal with this. I don't want to see it because if I see it, I'm going to think about it. And so I just hid it. I hid it wherever I could hide it. And on the tops of my cabinets is where a lot of bags were that had all of this random stuff that was like, when you look at it, you're like, this is important. This is good stuff. This is essential. But when you have to make decisions like moving from Alaska to Florida, you realize this is trash. This is not important. This has to go. And if this is an important document, like a birth certificate, not that I would do that, maybe I might have done it back then. Not going to lie, totally might have done that back then because that's how cluttered and chaotic my house was. But if it's things like receipts that you have to keep that are not digital, you need to find a better place to keep that than in a bag shoved in a corner somewhere. Right. And that's what the purpose of decluttering is to clear out this stuff so that it's easy for you to handle and manage and take care of things that need managed and taken care of. So that's my dirty little secret. I had those bags all over the house. I had boxes like that all over the house. In my car, I would basically fill one up in the car and then I would bring it into the house and I would shove it into a corner somewhere. And so if you're in that cycle too, or if you do this too, don't feel bad about it. It just is what it is. And I used to do this with plastic bags, but I used to also do it with like dishes, toys, clothes. It was like, whatever I can shove something into, a box, a bag, I'm going to do that because I'm too overwhelmed to handle it right now. The problem with that is that overwhelm doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. You don't magically wake up one day and be like, this doesn't bother me anymore. I feel at peace with this. It just gets to a point, you get to a breaking point eventually, and you can either decide to get ahead of it before it breaks you or let it break you and have to deal with it then. Honestly, I got to the point where it broke me because I was moving and I had to. I didn't have a choice. It would have been so much better if I had just been proactive about it, which you're listening to this and you have that opportunity to do that, to break it, to break that cycle, to break that habit, to break that experience in your home before it breaks you. And that is a great place for you to be. So that is it for today. Declutter those bags. And I mean the empty ones. Okay. Declutter the empty ones first, the ones that don't have anything in it, the ones that you're saving for another time, another day. Get rid of those empty ones first. And if, because this whole challenge is based on making these simplest decluttering decisions to start with and then carrying up momentum. If you have the energy and if you're energized and motivated to continue it, then absolutely move on to the boxes and the bags that have stuff in them and start decluttering the stuff inside of there. Right. That's what this challenge is designed to do. Start at the easiest point and work your way up by getting momentum, getting some experience, getting some decision-making muscles flexed, and then moving on to those bigger things. So happy decluttering. This is day 4. Remember, 5, 10, 15, 5 days in a row, 10 minutes a day, 15 items decluttered per day. Tomorrow is day 5. This is our final day for this challenge. If you want to keep going, of course, you are more than welcome to. I have a lot of opportunities for you to do that in the description by getting the 11-course decluttering bundle, by getting into Decluttering Simplified and decluttering your entire home with me. Lots of options down below, more podcast episodes, more blog posts, lots of support down there. Go check it out. Like, subscribe, comment, let me know how it's going. I would love, love, love to hear from you. And I will see you for our final day together, day 5.